Amature Fishing Adventure. This is Joe.
I'm Rafael.
And I'm Richard.
Alright, this is the part 2 of the 2 series video that we did about braided lines. Now what you're gonna see is...
Well, today what we're going to do is we're going to do the wet test for all the 6 lines. We're going to do the no knot and polymer knot. We're also going to do the wet and dry test for the abrasiveness, and we're also going to show you the castability.
Alright, so go ahead and watch our introduction video to the wet test, and then next you'll be able to see the wet test for our no knot test and our polymer knot.
We'll see you back.
Welcome back, everyone. In this portion of the review, we're going to be introducing the wet test portion of the video.
So basically what we did for the wet test is we took the lines and we soaked them for 7 days, and each day we unbound the line and then wrapped it, rotated it and wrapped it the other way so that every part of the line is thoroughly soaked.
The purpose of this video is like, you know, when you're doing catfish, and most of the time I use 65 pounds for catfish, for a blue catfish, and I was there like 4 days a week, 10 hours a day, that's 40 hours a week. So we did it for 7 days, so it's like, you know, it will show on some people that it's like, you know, half of their season, the whole season, on some of the people, to show if it's gonna affect, the water's gonna affect the braided lines if it's in the water that long. So
Let's get started.
let's see the result. Wet test, no knot test, KastKing, pounds, KastKing, no knot test. $27, $29, $35, $30, $40, $41, $45, $46.
This is the wet test for the no knot for the Mega 8. Loop over here, loop over here. It's on pounds. Good to go. $17, $21, $27, $33, $34, $37, $38, $39. Okay, this is the wet test for the Max Fin 8. No knot test. Loop over here, loop over here. It's on pounds. Good to go. $8.52. The Suffix 832 no knot test. Loop over here, loop over here. It's on pounds. Good to go. $37, $45, keep going, $50, $62, $66, $71, $72. Test for the spider wire, Invisibraid, no knot test. Loop over here, it's on pounds, good to go. Wait, actually, there.
Keep going. You started already.
Okay, keep going.
A little sound's not gonna make it. $83.
Test for the PowerPro 65-pound test line. Loop over here, no knot. It's on pounds, good to go. $53, $60, $60, $70. Okay, this is the wet test for the KastKing. We got polymer knot on a hook. Loop over here. Good to go.
Yeah.
Keep spinning it the wrong way. Both of them are recording.
Yeah.
Slightly faster. $22, $24, $26, $27, $28, $30. I get 8 polymer knot on a hook and loop over here. It's It's on pounds. Good to go. $11, $13, 16, 21, 24, 27, 28, 31, 32, 32. Next to Nate, loop over here, polymer knot on a hook over here. It's on pounds. Good to go. It's good there's no glare. Suffix 832. Loop over here, polymer knot on a hook over here. It's on pounds, good to go. $33, $36, $37, $42, $46, $47, $50, $50.
54. Right?
Wet test for the spider wire Invisibraid. Loop over here, polymer knot on a hook over here. It's on pounds, good to go.
Okay, hold it. See what's happening to the knot. Look at it.
It's molding onto there. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. It's slipping. 52. Wet test for the PowerPro 65-pound test line. Loop over here, polymer knot on a hook over here. It's on pounds, good to go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You should have just watched our wet test on the tensile strength of our lines. And basically, you can see that there's not much of a significant difference whether the line is wet or dry.
Yeah, when we first tested the no-knot test, when it's dry, there was a slight difference. It was actually better. Reason being that when the line is wet and it loops around itself on both ends, there's actually less friction because it's wet, so it held up a little better.
On the palomar now test, it falls down to where the average is. Some of the lines actually falls under, but 1, 2, 3. I think I see the most is I think it's 4 pounds. So it's not really like that much of the difference. That being said, that's why we showed you one video each. But the next test is about abrasion resistant. Is it gonna change when it's wet? Or is it gonna stay the same? Let's go watch the dry one first, right now.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. Right now we are going to do the abrasive test portion of our review. We are going to test a wet line along with the dry line, the 6 lines that we're going to show the 6 lines that we showed you before. So right here we have a mono line tied to the swivel leader. Right now we have the KastKing set up, and then at the bottom we have again another mono line tied to 5 pounds of weight. Okay, you ready?
KastKing dry test.
Good, go.
2, 3,
3, 4,
4.
5.
Take a snapshot.
Go ahead, keep going. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 26. Alright, KastKing regular, This is what it looked like after
26
passes.
Okay, this is the dry abrasive test for the Mega 8 line. We gotta see how many times it takes until it breaks.
1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18. Mega 8, this is what it looked like after 18 passes on a 5-pound weight.
Abrasive test for the dry max thin 8 line. Gonna see how many times it takes to break.
1, 2, 3, don't go after the nut. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Max thin 8. This is what it looked like after 10 passes. It broke at 10 pass right there.
This is the dry abrasive test for the Suffix 832 line. Gotta see how many times it takes until it breaks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 42. Alright, Suffix 832 after 42 passes before a break on a 5-pound weight with a file.
Okay, this is the dry abrasive test for the spider wire Invisibraid 65-pound test line. Alright, let's go.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16. Spider wire. This is what it looked like after 16 passes on a 5-pound weight on the file. That's where.
This is the abrasive test for the dry PowerPro 65-pound test line. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. PowerPro Super Slick 8. This is what it looked like after 15 passes. It broke right there.
Welcome back, everyone. Right here with me, I have the results of the dry abrasive test for all the 6 lines. Coming in at number 6 was the Max Fin 8 with only 10 passes. Number 5 was a PowerPro with 15 passes. Number 4 was a Spider Wire with 16 passes. Number 3 was a Mega 8 with 18 passes. Number 2 was a KastKing with 26 passes. And number 1, which had the most significant difference, was the Suffix 832 with 42 passes. It lasted much, much longer compared to the other lines. And right after this, we'll show you the results of the wet abrasive test.
Is it going to change or it's not going to change?
We'll see right after this.
This is the wet abrasive test for the regular KastKing 65-pound test line. Let's do it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. KastKing regular. This is what it looked like. Wet abrasion test. After 10 passes, it broke on a 5-pound weight.
This is the wet abrasive test for the Mega 8 65-pound test line. Let's do it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Alright, Mega 8 KastKing wet abrasion test. This is what it looked like. After 6 passes, it broke on a 5-pound weight.
This is the wet abrasive test for the Max Fin 8 60-pound test line. Let's do it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14. Max Fin 8 wet abrasion resistant test. This is what it looked like after 14 passes.
This is the wet abrasive test for the Suffix 832. Thank you, Richard. The 65-pound test line. Let's do it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24. Suffix 832 on a wet abrasion resistant. This is what it looked like after 24 passes. Yeah, it broke right there.
This is the wet abrasive test for the spider wire Invisibraid. Let's do it.
2, 4,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. Spider wire on a wet abrasive resistant test. He did 10 passes, and this is what it looked like. 5-pound weight.
This is the wet abrasive test for the PowerPro line. It's been soaking in water for a week. We'll see how many passes it takes until it breaks.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. Alright, this is the PowerPro. After 12 passes, this is what it looked like on a wet test. It broke right there. It's a wet test for PowerPro.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have the results for our wet abrasive test. In 6th place, we have the Mega 8 line, which only withstood 6 passes. Tied for 4th place, we have the regular KastKing line, and we have the spider wire. They both withstood 10 passes. The KastKing saw a large decline from its 26 passes in the dry test to 10 in the wet test. Coming in 3rd place, we have the PowerPro, which withstood
My line.
which withstood 12 passes. In 2nd place, we have the Max Fin 8, which surprisingly did better in our wet test than our dry test, with 14 passes, and it's the only line we tested that actually improved. And coming in first, the winner of our dry abrasive test also, the Suffix 832 with 24 passes. So this is the best abrasive line we tested.
Really impressive, 832. We actually did it on a 2-pound test line, a 2-pound weight too, and 832 goes like 108 passes. Actually, the spider wire did like 30 and so on and so forth. Actually, did a little bit better on the PowerPro and the Max 10 8 in there, but everything else is consistent. Like let's talk about like the Max 10 8. Like the Max 10 8, it actually went up on the wet test, and I wanna explain to you guys, this line is actually one solid line. You cannot see any braid on it. It doesn't peel off whatever's in there. It feels like one solid mono line but acts like a braided line. It's so smooth. And that being said, we're gonna see in casting, it's gonna be interesting about this is we're gonna do a Dovin 7'9" inches on a Abu Garcia inshore, and Centaur Okuma with 8-foot rod and a Okuma Avenger reel. So stay tuned. Let's go watch casting. KastKing on a casting rod, a casting reel, 1 ounce weight. Start on. We're at 138 and 5 inches. Let's go cast this thing out. KastKing Mega 8 on the casting reel, 1 ounce weight. Start. $145 and 2 inches. KastKing Max 10 8 with a 1 ounce weight. Let's do it. $165. Suffix 832. Casting reel, 1 ounce weight. $155. Spider wire on casting reel, 1 ounce weight. $164 and change. PowerPro on casting reel on a 1 ounce weight. $169 and 5 inches. Alright, KastKing on a spinning reel, 1 ounce weight. Start on. Yeah, I can see it right here. 139. KastKing Mega 8 on the spinning reel. $141 and 4 inches. Max 10 8 on a spinning reel. And a 1 ounce weight. $173. Suffix 832 on a spinning reel with 1 ounce weight. Check it out. $133.8. fighter wire on spinning reel, 1 ounce weight. Just 148. PowerPro spinning reel, 1 ounce weight. Right here, 160.
Welcome back, everyone. In this portion, we're going to talk to you about the castability. Well, actually, Joel's going to tell you all about the castability for all 6 lines. He's going to tell you the result for the casting and spinning reel, and he's also going to tell you the capacity for how much the spool can hold for all 6 lines.
Alright, we're going to talk about it in order from KastKing to PowerPro, okay? First of KastKing, it fits, I'm going to tell you how much it fits in here on every line. So, KastKing fits 191 foot in there, okay? We cast it at 138, the one that we showed you, okay? It's not smooth. Casting on casting reel, low to moderate noise. On casting and retrieving, much better in spinning reel though. No, it only cuts the wind on low thing. It basically doesn't cut the wind at all. Now, if you don't have a wind, then you know what? When you cast it and then you get the wind, you see all your lines going to the side like that. Alright, Mega 8. The Mega 8 is a lot thinner than the KastKing. 241 feet will fit on that reel. And we showed you at 145 foot. Alright, with the Mega 8, oh my god, it tends to backlash a lot. And I'm telling you, I don't even backlash when I go fishing. But the thing is, we didn't change the setting on the reel. It's set for you not to thumb it. When you cast it, you don't really need to thumb it. But it really backlash a lot. It's just like, you know what, it's a little bit better on the spinning reel, but it kind of like, you get that feeling like, it drags you while you're casting it. It's not really smooth too. It's very loud when you're casting it on both reels, and I hope you can listen to the video. If you want to play it back, you can listen to it. The next one is the Maxtin 8. Oh my god, the Maxtin 8, so smooth, so quiet, and I cannot really talk about it. It's so consistent. Like I think on the spinning reel, you only got like 6 to 8 foot difference, and I'm not even like, I didn't even do a force cast on all of these things because I'm casting it all in one day, and whoo, I mean, it cuts the wind too, moderate winds. Retrieving it so quiet, casting it so quiet. I mean, you hear it the first 2 seconds, and then after that you won't hear anything. So it's a great casting. It's one of the best braid that I cast in my life.
It's actually one of the reasons why I'm considering transferring to the Maxtin 8.
It's like when you cast it a short cast, it's like boom, right to the point where you want it to go. That's where it goes. I mean, next one is the 832 weight up. On the KastKing Maxtin 8, it fills up the spool at 341 foot. So that's like, it's really thin. Like, wow, it's crazy. Okay, the Suffix 832, 232 feet. I mean, it's not really that bad. We showed it to you at 155 and 133 on the spinning reel. Moderate noise on both casting and spinning. It cuts the wind. This one, actually, the 832 is the best for the windy situation. It cuts through the wind like crazy. Like I casted it on a windy situation, and it'll just cut right through it. Like, you know, when you made a mistake on casting, and then you see your lead going like straight through, and it's still going. It doesn't matter if there's a wind or not. You can see the line is going straight. But it's still like, you know what? It tends to be a little loud because I guess it's roughness. It's too heavy. It's I mean, you can see it on the casting. It's a lot shorter, especially on the spinning reel. It's a lot shorter, so it's like, you know, that's your take on it. The PowerPro for me is the second place on the smoothness, but it cannot really touch the Max 10.8. It's smooth. It is smooth. For me, it's smooth, but it's just like you don't know the definition of smooth unless you cast Max 10.8.
Personally, I prefer the PowerPro. Like I said, I might consider the Max 10.8.
Alright, 268 feet on the casting reel, 169 and 160 on casting is 169, 160 on the spinning reel. I mean the PowerPro, low to moderate noise. It's low noise. Retrieving or casting. Before I casted the Max 10.8, I thought this was like the most quiet thing
it's the
to
smoothest.
cast. Yes, yeah. But this is like, you know, it doesn't cut the wind that good. If you got moderate wind, yeah, you can get away with it. But you know, it's consistent though. As the other one, as the Max 10.8, it's consistent. You can actually, it's smooth enough to do target practice on the like where you want it to go. It will go, like, you know, spider wire 235 pound on the reel, 164 and 158 on the spinning. Okay, with the spider wire, it cuts the wind good. Yes, it does. It's you know, a little bit loud, but not as loud as the Suffix. The only thing with this is not for beginners, because it kind of like backlash on you. Once you start backlashing, you go, now unless you can take the hose full out and redo it again, then you alright. But once it starts backlashing on you, it backlashes like, you know, if you don't know how to thumb control, don't use spider wire. It's better on the spinning, but it's still it kind of got the same feeling as the Mega 8 that kind of pulls you a little bit. Actually, the KastKing regular casted better than the spider wire, I believe, on both rails. So that being said, let's go to the conclusion.
Welcome back, everyone. This is our final conclusion, our final thoughts on the lines, the presentation, the performance among the tests that we did. I'm sure you're sick of us, so let's get to it. The first line that we're going to talk about is the KastKing, the regular KastKing.
Now, the regular KastKing will run you about $44.98, but you're getting 1,100 yards, so that's about 4 cents per yard, so it's a pretty affordable line.
So what are you guys' thoughts about KastKing? I mean,
among all the tests that we did, I'm not too satisfied with the KastKing. I thought I'll be able to hold up to a 65-pound test rating. Unfortunately, it wasn't able to uphold.
For me, I mean, you know, as 4 cents a yard, it's okay.
It's cheap. It's very affordable.
Abrasive resistance, if you're doing frogging and stuff, you use 65 pound. It can do abrasion resistant. All you need is at least 35 pounds really to use it as effectiveness on frog fishing. The why you're getting a thicker line is for abrasion, so that when you hit those lilies and trees and stuff like that, it doesn't snag up. Because the thinner line, the lesser abrasion you get from it. You know, because of the braided line, it's like when you hit a rock, forget about it. You know you're gonna snag that thing. It's over. I mean, for me, it's okay. It's not on the bottom, it's not on the top, but you know, it's okay.
It doesn't do much damage to your wallet since it's so
Yeah,
cheap. It's
yes.
very affordable. It's
You
not
can-
a bad line if
yeah.
you just want to do it all around.
Yeah, you can change it every time. It's so cheap.
So
Right?
overall, no major flaws with the KastKing. It's affordable, and if you're a beginning fisher, it's not a bad line to start off with.
Next one we're going to talk about is the Mega 8. Okay, let's put that right there. What are your guys' thoughts on it?
First off, the Mega 8 will run you about $23.98 for 300 yards. And that's about 8 cents a yard.
Say
That's double the price.
Yeah, double the price of the
So,
KastKing.
I mean, we're doing the econo line in there, but you know what? I think the KastKing did better. The regular KastKing did a lot better on casting, on almost everything. But it's kind of neck to neck for me. On a 10-point system, I did all the the scoring, the rankings. It's like, you know what? It's like points away from KastKing regular. But if I would pick, I would pick the KastKing regular because of the casting. Because I really had a hard time casting this thing.
Yeah,
really
I wouldn't want to have any frustration, especially since it's double the price. I would expect at least a better performance out of the durability, the abrasiveness on the line.
I mean, for one thing, if nothing else, the Mega 8 has proven that it's very consistent. It's wet and dry, abrasive, and the tensile strength test are all very
On the wet,
similar.
it's not really, because it did 6 passes
6 to, what was it, 10?
from 10 to 6. It's the lowest. Like,
Yeah.
you know, but you know what? The only flaw on this thing too, it colors up your hand. Dry or wet, the dye comes
very
off.
easily.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it doesn't turn white, but you know what? It colors up your hand. That's the thing. So, let's go next one.
Okay. The next one is the KastKing Max Fin 8.
And the KastKing Max Thin 8 goes about $24.98 for 165 yards, and that's 15 cents a yard. So the price almost doubled again.
Yeah, I guess it's almost on the price range of the regular braided lines. The regular braided lines like this is between 16 to 17 cents per yard, I believe. It's a really high quality line. I mean, great knot strength, smooth, everything you could ask for. The only flaw on it, I wouldn't use it with the uni knot. And the second thing is the downside on it, it colors up your hand too. But the only thing, it leaves those residue on the tip of your fishing rod too, so you gotta be careful with that, because once it's dried up, it kind of turns hard, and when you're casting or you're retrieving the line, you might fray it. But this one is like, you know, it's really smooth, it'll just go through it. So I don't know if you're gonna fish on, if you're just gonna fray it or not. But I kind of grew on this. It's one of my top 3, I'd say.
Yeah, I do like this line because of its smoothness and because of the castability on it. It goes very far. It really shocked me that it's rated as a 60-pound test line, but it's very, very consistent. Whether there's no knot, whether there is a knot, it's very consistent at around 40 pounds.
Yeah, it's a really, really good line. I'm just like, you know what, it grew on me. And if this is advertised as a 50-pound line, I would say this is the best 50-pound line out there right now because of the knot strength. Nobody can beat this thing if it's rated as 50 pounds or a 45-pound test. Nobody can beat this. And with the thickness, I think this is thinner than the 30-pound test line, to tell you the truth. Like, you know, it's really, really thin. So
overall, we all approve of Max Thin 8. It's a nice line.
Just leave it. Is it got a stand? Not. Let's leave it like that. It's in the center.
okay, Suffix 832.
All right, and the Suffix 832 runs about $20.09 for 150 yards, and that's 16 cents a yard.
Okay. I mean, this came out as my #1 winner on my ranking system, but I don't want to bore you about the ranking system. It did good on all the tests. It did really good on all the tests.
Especially on the abrasiveness test.
Except for...
It excelled.
Except for casting. It's not really... I mean, it did good, but it's not really good enough for me. That's why I'm telling you right now, even though it ranked #1, would I use it? Me personally, no. Okay? Because this is the purpose of this test is to find the right line for you. I mean, I don't really care. I mean, I do, but I don't really care about, like, you know, abrasion resistance, the strength. That's why I use 65-pound line for bass fishing, for frogging, and a swim bait. Because I can maneuver it around. I can, like, you know, stuff like that. All I care about is the smoothness of casting. For me, that is for me.
That
for me as a fisher. Yes. So, but it's the #1 line on all the tests. I mean, not on all the tests, but it came out #1 on the ranking system. Yes. So, what are your thoughts about it?
Yeah, it really shocked me when comparing it to the other lines on the abrasiveness test. Other than the casting, I would say it's a pretty good deal for a line.
Yep. Overall, I would say that I probably like the Suffix the most.
That's your favorite line.
Yeah. Part of that may be that I get tangled a lot around, you know, lilies,
A lot?
rocks. You know. So if you're a new fisher and you're just beginning, and you know sometimes you get stuck in a tree or you get stuck around obstacles, I mean, Suffix is a really nice line.
You can drag 5 trees on this thing, right? Okay.
And I like the fact that it really cuts through the wind.
Yes, it
On a
cuts
very
through the
windy
wind.
day,
Yes.
it's a perfect line to use.
All right.
Okay. Next is
The spider,
spider wire.
You just
Not
sure.
sure.
Yes, because the other one is a 6-pound.
There we go. I doubt it's gonna stay up there. Let's just leave it. That's right.
All right, so for the spider wire Invisibraid, we have it at $20.99 for 125 yards, and that's about 16.8 cents per yard.
Okay. What are your thoughts? You want me to comment? Okay. In the beginning, I was like, wow, look at the stencil strength on this thing.
It held up really well.
Oh my God. This is my bread and water right here. And it's kind of smooth too, like, you know, the coating in there, it doesn't come up, but when I start casting it, it drops my heart. It drops. It really did. It's kind of like casting Mega 8 almost. It's not for beginners.
You have to really know what you're doing.
Yes, it's like, you know, I mean, for me, the casting test is the most important thing. The stencil strength is next. So for me, if I can't cast it, then you know what? I can't use it. So
I mean, my thoughts are pretty much similar. If you're having trouble casting it, if you're having trouble hitting that spot where the fish are, where you want your lure to go, if you're not hitting that spot, then is this the right line for you?
before you talk, one more take on this. It got a really good knot strength. So where am I gonna use this? If I'm using a metal leader, yes, I can use this for catfishing. Catfishing, put a 5-ounce leader with the metal leader, I can cast this a mile. I mean, you know, and I know it's gonna hold. But the only thing is, if the big cat runs, this has got a very low abrasion resistance. So you need to use a mono leader, like at least 10-12 foot. So it's like, I can't use that where I'm fishing. But if you don't have like rocks or any debris like where you're fishing, this is a good line for catfish.
Yep. So overall, you know, it all depends on the situation. It's a very situational line. Has its positives and negatives.
Alright, next line.
Okay, next line is the PowerPro 65-pound test line.
Okay.
For this line, it's going to run you about $25.82 for 150 yards, and that's about 17.5 cents per yard.
Alright, yeah, my thought on this, I've been using this for 4 years now, 4 or 5 years now. the Super Slick 8 is my #1 line. It's my favorite. A lot of reviews. That's why we did this testing, because I just want to find out why a lot of people hated it as much as a lot of people loved it. And we seen why people hated it. It's not really good and abrasion resistant. But I just found out for myself, that I learned for myself, it's not really important for me, it's the abrasion resistant. And what is important for me is the casting ability, the smoothness, the sharpshooter kind of thing, like, you know, where you want it to go, it goes. You know, that's what the most important to me is casting. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you know, for you, I don't know what's important to you. For you, I don't know what's important for you. Maybe it's like you get snagged a lot, then you might go with the 832. It's what your thoughts about it.
I mean, my thought personally, that is also my #1 favorite line. Joel's actually the one who introduced it to me. So once I started using PowerPro, just fell in love with it. It's so smooth. Casting it is it's just a dream using it. I really like it. It's very strong. It's very durable. And I really like it.
Joe also introduced me to PowerPro. Well, he introduced me to fishing overall. But it's the only line I've used since I started fishing. It's a nice line from using it. It's durable. I can't complain about it.
I mean, you know, we learned a lot from these things, and I mean, I'm so excited about the KastKing Max 8 this season.
It really opened my eyes to maybe even trying it out.
Yes, this year, especially with my favorite rod. You're gonna see that on some other reviews. My favorite rod, 8.4 ounces with the line on it already, the full setup. The rod, the reel, and the line on it is 8.4 ounces.
Damn, that's really light.
Yes. So I said, you know what? You know, you saw it, you seen it.
You really like that. You like the light setups.
Alright, let's go talk about the next video. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe, comment. If you want to see our next video is about Hogtech bearing versus Boca bearing. We're gonna go into details about this. Not about talking. We're not really good about talking that much.
Well, that's all we've been doing so far.
So we did half testing, half talking, but you know, we can do a lot of testing. Like we're gonna put it on. We're gonna cast it with the regular bearing, with this reel. We're gonna cast it with the Boca bearing. We're gonna cast it with the Hogtech bearing. We're gonna pre-spool it with the Hogtech bearing, with the stock bearing, and the Boca and the Hogtech bearing. So if you want to see that, stay tuned. Click subscribe, and
we'll see you next time.
Week. Yeah, next week. All right.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.